I've coached nearly 50 entrepreneurs to get into a flow state for more than 6 hours every single day, but I've noticed one single trait that every single one of these entrepreneurs had that completely destroyed their focus, that completely destroyed their ability to actually work on their business and make money online. It's kind of funny because scientists have recently discovered that this is also the same reason why 90% of entrepreneurs can't focus as well. And it's also the reason why all these top entrepreneurs you see like Hamza, Alex Hormozi, Charlie Morgan have been able to achieve such high success by working less hours than everyone else. And it isn't because of the business model, it isn't because of, their age or anything like that. It's simply because of their focus and their ability to get into a flow state. You see, my name is Harry. I help entrepreneurs go from being able to work for 0 hours every single day to being able to work and get into a flow state for more than 6 to 12 hours every single day. But I've learned this myself, and I want to give you the ability to get into a flow state on command for however long you want. You see, to actually get into a flow state, there's a total of 22 triggers that your brain can actually experience that force you to work hard, force you to work for long periods of time. And I'll put them on screen now, but the thing is, every single entrepreneur is experiencing this big problem that causes them to literally not even experience one of these flow triggers. And this is something all these top level entrepreneurs have actually mastered themselves. You see, there's a certain brain chemical every single person has, and I guarantee you've already heard of it if you're interested in self-improvement, and it's something called dopamine. Dopamine is something that is released when you do things that are stimulating in your life, things that make you feel happy, things that make you feel something, right? And there's two types of dopamine you can experience in your day. You've got the good dopamine and you've also got the bad dopamine. And the reason why 99% of entrepreneurs can't actually get into a flow state and activate these flow triggers is simply because the day is filled with bad dopamine. I'm talking about the video games, I'm talking about the junk food, and this causes the dopamine baseline to go up, while the baseline to get into a flow state and actually focus and work hard is all the way down here. And this means every single time you go to work, you can't meet this level. You can't, because your brain needs more. It needs more stimulation. So what you do, you get off your work, you go and scroll, you go and play video games so you can meet your normal dopamine baseline. This is the reason why all these flow triggers you saw on screen earlier don't apply to you. And if you don't believe me, let's just say for the first 15 minutes of the day, you open Reels, you go on Instagram and you open all these cursed Reels on your phone. All you do is load your brain with dopamine as soon as you wake up. Your eyes aren't even awake yet and you're just scrolling away like a monkey, right? Of course, that is going to affect your ability to work because your dopamine baseline is going to be all the way up here while the work is here. But like I said, there's also the good dopamine, the dopamine you should have in your life. This is the dopamine every single of the top entrepreneurs use every single day, and it's filled with it. And this is things like exercise, this is things like working, this is things like going in nature, this is things like journaling, meditation, the good things you're meant to do. If we fill our lives with this side of the dopamine instead of this one, what happens is the work dopamine matches our dopamine, our lifestyle, right? So then we can literally just focus, we can get into this deep concentration state. Because what happens is when you lower your dopamine baseline to match the work, or even lower, which is the best possible case, the work seems stimulating to you. You've probably heard of those entrepreneurs that work for 16 hours a day and sleep for the rest, right? And you're like, what the hell, how does that even happen? How can you even do that for every single day for like a month? And it's simply because the dopamine isn't fried like a monkey, and that makes the work so much more stimulating than you think it is, because to them it's super fun, it's super stimulating. And if you want to achieve it, literally be this like barbarian monk who lives in like the mountains or something that meditates for like 5 hours a day. Obviously I'm not saying you have to do that, but if you want to get to that level where you don't need your phone every 5 minutes, you need to gradually reduce the dopamine inside your life, these bad dopamine sources, and cut them out until you get to this normal dopamine baseline which you're meant to hit. And most people say just cut them out cold turkey, dopamine detox, right? But the thing is, the reason why that doesn't work, and you've probably tried it in your past, is because you have a set of identities you have to fulfill in your life. You've got multiple different versions of you. You've got the video game you've got the scrolling you, you've got the person that craves a relationship, you've got all these different types of people in your life, right? But you've also got the person that wants to work. And the thing is, if we don't actually tend to all these identities in our life, like, I don't know, for a week, your brain is going to start shouting at you. It's going to tell you, what the hell are you doing? It's going to give you the biggest urge, the biggest craving to go back to this old lifestyle that you hated, that you hate every single day. And this is why you constantly have dips. This is why you work for like a day and the next day you're completely just like a absolute degenerate, right? This is because people go all in on working, call out everything at once, don't tend to all these identities. So what happens is you start to burn out because your brain is not at the current level to work for 16 hours a day like these top level entrepreneurs. What you need to do is gradually reduce this dopamine inside of life. So we're still tending to it, we're still fulfilling our desire. You cannot go all in on one identity, which is your work most of the time, or self-improvement, and then just forget everything else, because your brain does not change that quick. And the thing is as well, when you constantly just drop your dopamine like instantly, it starts to create boredom. Because when you are not stimulated by these things, and you just live a normal lifestyle that these top entrepreneurs live, it's very unstimulating. After meeting so many entrepreneurs, you'll come to realize that their day is pretty boring, right? To you at least, but to them, to me, it's fun. And that's where people go wrong. They think everything is boring to everyone else, but really it's fun. I love working on my business. I love recording these videos. So of course I'm going to do it every single day. I'm never going to burn out, right? And you also upset these identities, and that's the reason why it forces your brain to burn out and go back to this old degenerate self. So what you need to do is gradually reduce this dopamine until you get the same base level as these top entrepreneurs, what your work needs to actually be. And what I've done is I've linked this spreadsheet that you can find in the description that will deload these habits automatically for you. All you need to do is track them every single day, and it's in this simple format where every single week you're going to deload them by 50% or 25%, right? Until you get to the point where it's basically just very minimal inside your life. All these bad dopamine sources. I'm telling you, bro, this is one thing that changed my business. This is the one thing I did to help so many entrepreneurs achieve flow state. And if you want to do the same, click the first link in the description to join my free community where I help you for free, and you get a free coaching call with me so I can give you this desired result. Alright, so goodbye. I hope you've really enjoyed this video. Make sure you do that actionable step and grab the spreadsheet, which I've linked in the description and the pinned comment. You'll get it on your face again. Goodbye.